Good morning, my name is Martin, and this is the tribe of the fox. Now, the tribe of the fox speaks about ancestors, nature spirits, deities, and all kinds of heathen things related. So, we also talked about Germanic tribes, pre Germanic tribes, we talked about shamanic journeying, spirit animals, witchcraft, runes, but there's one topic that we have not talked about yet: altars. So I think many of my viewers will probably have an altar somewhere in their house or outside, perhaps. Maybe there are some new viewers who are interested in how to make a heathen or pagan altar. So I thought, why don't I show you my altar? So here it is. So this is my altar, and I will discuss the different deities and the different objects on the altar. And first things first, an altar is a very personal thing because we all have our own deities, we have our own way of honoring our ancestors, and maybe there are some nature spirits that you have a very good connection with that you want to put on your altar. Some people like to have candles on it, some people like to have incense on it, or a bowl to place uh, food in to offer. So it's all a very personal thing. So there is not really a wrong or a right. So now that we have that out of the way, first things first, my altar stands, of my deity stands on a little altar, a little platform, and that's basically very low budget. It's an old cigar box covered with blue cloth, made from an old t-shirt. It's just that simple, it's just that low budget. Now, why did I choose dark blue? Because I could have chosen any other color. Well, my patron deity, as the regular viewers perhaps know, is Hel with one L, or also sometimes called Hela. She is basically the deity that rules over the realm of the dead. It's a very interesting deity. There's much more to it than just ruling the realm of the dead, which is a big thing in itself, by the way. So yeah, blue, dark blue is the color of that. It's that simple. And that's why I chose dark blue. And it's also the robe of Odin, or Wodan, or Wotan, no matter how you want to call him. Also dark blue grayish. So that's also an important deity, in my opinion, to me. So dark blue, cloth over an old cigar box. Okay. So in the middle, I will simply dismantle my altar now. Simply dismantle it for you guys to show it. This is in the middle. Now this is obviously a fox, tribe of the fox. Okay, that's really Captain Obvious. Now this is made by Dirkje, by the way, so she can do some metal work. She's very heavy metal, so she also metal works as a hobby. So I think that's pretty awesome because it's a fox and it is made by Dirkje, and together we form the tribe of the fox. So that's not a real tribe, it's a project, a friendship, whatever you want to call it. Now here is the most, probably even more special object. Look at this, like this. This is a necklace. Now I don't wear any jewelry, difficult word for me. Now I was given this. I was given this after a course, shamanic course about death, the dying, what happens after that. All from a Northwestern European pagan shamanic view. So, yeah, so that teacher, she said, well, there are many runes that apply to you, Martin. So I chose this one for you. This is called the rune of the bowl. It has a bowl shape. And that's basically one of the runes of Hela, and you will not find it in any scientific book. These runes come from personal gnosis of that teacher. Okay? And quite a lot of people, I think hundreds of people who are her students, they actually use those runes. So then it's not unverified personal gnosis anymore, then it's actually peer corroborated gnosis. People have good results with using those runes, but they're not in books. Well, 14 of them are in one of that teacher's books. Now, this one is also a rune that's not in the books. It's called the Yggdrasil rune. So it's the world tree. It's about journeying. Now, journeying is also a very Wodanic thing. And Wodan is definitely a deity that's in my life too. Although Hel is my patron deity. Now there are 3 little dots underneath. You see? 3 little dots underneath the world tree. Yeah, you guys guessed. The Norns. Or maybe we can also call them Matrone, the triple goddess. I made a video about it. So this object is very important to me because it felt like being initiated. And that teacher also said you are very connected with Hel. Yeah, and I know. I made 200 journeys to Hel and the realm. So yeah, I know. In the middle of my altar, I make it myself. This is just cardboard, very thin cardboard that you see on the end of a note block. There's always a cardboard. And the stand is simply tea packets, cardboard of tea packets. It's so simple. I like that low budget do it yourself because then my energy is in my altar. It's a good thing. Okay, 2 mountains. This represents the ancestors. This also comes from one of those runes that I had from that particular teacher. Don't find it in the books. It's peer corroborated gnosis. Ancestors in the middle, because the ancestors are so important. Who are those ancestors? It's my blood relatives, of course, but also the people who lived on this land. Because the present day Dutch people are Germanic people, but before the Germanic people, there were also people on the land here. So I also regard them as my ancestors. And they are the people who built the stone megaliths. They built the burial mounds, for instance. So that's very important. And I also, all the spiritual teachers that I have, no matter who they are, because I've been a Buddhist monk in the past, all my spiritual teachers, I regard them as spiritual ancestors, so not blood ancestors. So yeah, ancestors in the middle. Okay, let's go. We have here, I'm not very good at drawing, or painting. That's not my thing, but I enjoy making this. So, now, this is the old man Wodan. In my opinion, to me, Wodan has a lot of different aspects, and in my opinion, to me, he is basically a god of inspiration. He is the one who's behind these videos that I make. And that Dirkje makes. He's behind it. This is the man of inspiration, the old man. I don't see him a whole lot. Even if I journey to him, he's very hard to reach, I think. I heard more people saying this. However, if there's some important message, then the old man, the chief, Wodan, steps in. Fascinating deity, by the way. I don't have a close connection like, oh, we see each other every day. I've hardly seen him. Only, I think 3 or 4 times. That's it. Not more. But always on crucial moments. That's the beauty of Wodan. Or as the Scandinavians call him, Odin. Okay, now another male god, because I have 3 goddesses and 2 gods. No, that's not true. Hela is also a goddess, but I mean from these little drawings. There I have 2 gods, 3 goddesses, and then I have on that necklace Hela and the Norns. Okay, lightning flashes, Donar. Donar. Now, why would Donar want to have a connection with me? I'm not a big guy, I'm not a physical warrior. I do like thunder, by the way. No, it has a whole different reason, the connection with Wodan that I have, and I'm not going to speak about this in this video. It's very simple. I discovered a side of Wodan that's really outside of journeying, outside of the source material that you can read. So yeah, it's very interesting. Wodan is also Donar, Donar, also known as Thor, is also a very deep deity, more shamanic than I expected. Oh yeah. Now for all the Dutchies and Northern Germans. Holle. This represents Vrouw Holle. So this is a well, standing in a well as a symbol. You know, the well is a symbol of going from this world to the underworld. Look at the fairy tale of Vrouw Holle. Yeah. So, in my opinion, Hel is the deity of the ruler of the underworld, of the realm of the dead. And in my experience, Holle is more from the in-between worlds. Although it's not as simple as I'm telling this to you. Deities are extremely complicated. Now, is Hel a later version of Holle? No, because in a journey I have seen them both at the same time. It's really complicated, this world of the deities. It's not comprehensible for us people, but with shamanic journeying you can have a little bit more understanding. It's very interesting. So Holle, if you journey to her, or I can only speak about my own experiences, I perceive her as a grandmother-like energy. It's very grandmother-like energy. You can talk to her, talk. Other deities like Hel are different. You should not talk too much to Hel. That's my experience. Yours might be different. So put your experience in the comment section below with whatever deity you have. Okay? Because then we can learn from each other. That's very important. It's like the comment section is like a ting place. Now for all you Dutchies and perhaps Belgian people, or even British people, this is the deity, the goddess of the North Sea. So it's Nehalenia. Now Nehalenia, I made quite a lot. I have a playlist for her, by the way, because she's so important. She's not just the deity of the North Sea, which is a big thing in itself, but also about where the rivers enter the North Sea. Rivers like Rhine or Maas here in the Netherlands. Altars for Nehalenia were even found in Switzerland, so that's pretty far land inward, and a lot of them in Cologne, that's Germany, west of Germany. Yeah, Nehalenia, I really like Nehalenia. She has such a positive energy. She's a goddess of wealth, you know, trade. She always flows like the sea and the rivers. The rivers flow, but the sea is also in motion with the waves. So this is a goddess of motion, a goddess of positivity, a goddess of wealth, a goddess where you can relax. Because if you see the river, people like to relax on the river banks. It has a positive, nice energy that attracts people. So it's an extremely beautiful goddess, Nealenia. Not just for the Dutch people, because where her temple stood, that's very near to present-day Belgium. And of course, it's the Netherlands, but very near Belgium. And the people who worship Nealenia, they were sailing to the coast and the seaports of England. Yeah, and the interesting thing is there is actually no lore about Nealenia. No. So, how do we learn about Nealenia? Journeying, sitting on the river, and just keep your intuition open. Don't start to think. Keep your intuition open. Look at the river, feel the energy, and just relax. Nealenia likes relaxation, is my experience, because things are always flowing. Yeah, it's always flowing. Do your best in life and trust on the current that flows. And that you once reap the benefits of all the efforts you put in your life. Now, this one, still have to think if I should put her on my altar. You see, this is I made this with a pencil, like a gray pencil, and then with red pencil over it. So it's probably not very well visible in the camera. No, not really. So, Angerboda, the mother of my patron deity Hel. Angerboda. Now, I made a video about werewolves. Now, Angerboda lives in Jotunheim. That's the name that is used in the Edda poetry. Within the Jotunheim, the world of the giants, as they are called, the Jotun, within that world there is a place called the Ironwood. That's also in the Edda poetry. But there is not much known about the Ironwood, and there's not so much known about Angerboda. So Dirkin and me started to journey to Angerboda. And that was an extremely interesting experience. Extremely interesting. The energy is very wild there. It's wolf-like energy. That's why she has a bit of a gray coat, That's why I chose this color. It's very wolf-like. And energy is very wild, but it was not hostile to me. It felt like coming home. I never experienced that before, Yeah, Helheim, of course, too. That also feels like home, but the Ironwood is just a great place. Wild energy. And both Dirkin and me had similar experiences. And I'm not going to tell you too much about this. I keep this for myself. But Angerboda felt really like coming home. Yeah. I don't have a lot of things visual about the Ironwood. Because if I journey, I use my feeling. I go in trance-like state. Of course, totally sober, no mushrooms or whatever, just totally with my sober mind. I go into trance state, use my staff. That's the traditional way that in the Germanic world of journeying. And then I really ground. You should not be here if you journey. It becomes a big mess. Be grounded. Be really, really grounded. And then feel around you in the proximity of your body. Outside your body, but close to your body. That's when intuition has space to enter. Then you can have good journeying. That's your key. That's your opening. It's my experience. You might use different techniques. Put them in the comment section, please. Teach us. Your comments are valuable. So, yeah, Angerboda, wolf-like energy, very nice place. However, at this moment, I don't know exactly what to do with that energy, how that can help me in my present day life, because I cannot go around like, you know, total savage. This society is very difficult to become wild, yeah, because there are prisons, judges, police, whatnot. But I don't think that's that's the whole idea of this wild energy. You understand? I think there must be something really constructive in this wild energy. But how to channel this? That's something that I need to find out. But that's the beauty of shamanic journeying. You can get answers, sometimes not. Put effort in it. That's the thing. Now, two other things on the altar. Stones. So this is, I don't know the English name. This is amber, by the way, and this, I don't know the English name. Sorry. Death, life. Balance. Life and death. Balance. In my opinion, one of the most spiritual things that there are in this world is seeking balance. Balance. It's not about this is good, this is bad, this is evil, this is holy. No, 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 no. No. It's always a balance. War and peace, kindness and being tough. Making spiritual journeys, but also doing your job in your profession, in your job that you have. It's all about balance. So, very important. That's more spiritual than people who are in their head and they want to be in beautiful heavenly realms and meet, I don't know, angels, whatever. If that's your main goal, then you get out of balance. You understand? It's about earthly things. It's about life and death. It's about worldly things. Everything in balance. Yeah, and in front of the altar is this old knife. It's from the early 1960s. It used to be my father's knife, and now it has like a protective role. It plays in front of the altar. Yeah, it's really nice to have it here. Yeah, and this is basically the cigar box. The t-shirt. So that was my altar, and yeah, like I said, there's no good, there's no bad. You have your deities, you have your ancestors, you have your own style. So go ahead, explore if you don't have an altar yet. And you will also notice perhaps that altars are also changing things. You know, sometimes you change something because you as a heathen evolve. Well, I hope you evolve because remaining static is not a very natural thing. You know, nature is about evolving. So your altar might evolve too. You sometimes add something, take something away, change something a little bit. That's the way it goes. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, please consider to subscribe to this channel because we post new videos every week at the moment. So that's nice. And press the notification bell if you don't want to miss any videos. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.